The genesis of one of Canada's newest and most exciting oil companies was over a different kind of fuel. It all began in June 2006, when Ted Swanton called his old friend, Blair Coady.
He said, let's have a coffee. So we went for a coffee and we got to talking about business. He said, what would you think about the two of us starting a company? And I said, well, seems a good idea.
The idea grew into Petro Energy Corp., a Calgary-based oil company headed by Coady, who has more than 35 years of experience in the oil and natural gas industry, and Swanton, a corporate finance specialist with 34 years experience financing and running companies, including oil and gas producers. Their plan was simple.
So our mandate was to build an experienced management team with the right geologists and engineers and geophysicists and the right accounting staff, and we really wanted to bring a team on that had lots of experience but still enough time left in their career for us to build the company.
With the right management team in place, Petro Energy forged a relationship with another company, Sunshine Oil Sands Limited, and together they set out to acquire and develop land.
And we focused on the heavy oil deposits in the Athabasca Oil Sands Basin in northern Alberta, which is the second largest deposit of hydrocarbons in the world, second only to Saudi Arabia.
It's pretty hard to drill a dry well up there. You know, we can drill wells, there's a lot of water around, but there's a whole lot more oil, and that's of course what we're after.
Specifically, Petro Energy has acquired or is negotiating to acquire 4 parcels of property totaling 60,000 acres with an estimated 600 million barrels of oil in place.
What you need to do is have a good understanding of your resource, but also be cognizant of the cost factors involved in delivering oil to your marketplace.
Senior Vice President Dave Phillips says Petro Energy is taking the conservative approach, drilling wells and preparing for horizontal drilling operations to develop a steady stream of heavy oil.
To understand the Athabasca Oil Sands, it's kind of like a layer cake, and the layer of cake is like a layer of icing between a stacked layer cake, and the particular formation we're after is the Athabasca. The entire region around the Pelican oil pool has sort of a minimum criteria of around 3.5 to 4 meters of pay. We have been fortunate to find some locations which have as much as 20 meters of pay, so the icing is very thick, and therefore that again reduces risk by concentrating and focusing your efforts on a premium resource, and so the odds of success are greatly enhanced by the sheer volume of oil in place in those locations.
Success is something investors are hoping for. Petro Energy Corp. is in the process of raising the $75 million needed to begin production.
It requires a whole lot of capital. It's capital intensive, this industry, as I guess you know.
And our goal is to raise a total of $200 million over the next 12 months. The last piece of which will be our IPO, initial public offering funding, as we go public as a corporation.
I think also the stock should do extremely well because we will have the reserves, you know, to back up our position.
We've chosen a simple, easy to get at, easy to recover scenario, and so that we find to be more exciting. Our goal is to be over 5,000 barrels a day in heavy oil production by the time that we start trading, by the time we go public.
As long as we can say we are producing X barrels and the X barrels are sufficient, I think our investors would be very happy.